Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. 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 Reality TV's church reviews. Let's talk happy love and marriage lifestyle. Come and talk with us. Come and share with us. Come and laugh with us. Come on and pray with us.
Regina Cole is a special guest. You should be following your lead. Bless. Subscribe on YouTube. Listen on podcasts. We live on IG and Facebook. This episode is sponsored by Truth and Triumph Ministry.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our single moms club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.
Hello, everybody. Hey, how y'all doing? All right, here it is. Everybody has been asking, are you going to talk about Belle Collective? Well, let's go ahead and have the chat, you guys. Welcome to the Juice Radio Talk Show. I'm Regina, one of your super co-hosts here. As you all know, this channel, the real host is Jesus Christ, the real Savior. So we're going to try and be very nice and obedient on this channel. When I say obedient, I mean there may be some shade, but it may not be the nasty shade. Okay? All right, but we're going to have fun. It's Fun Friday, so let's go ahead and get started with it. Thank you all for being here. Listen, let me give you a great big shout out to Aaron. Aaron, you are the best moderator of any channel there is. Thank you so much for your dedication and your extreme hard work. I love you so much. She's reminding you all to click like, share, and subscribe. We're going to have a light conversation. And if you'd like to join this conversation, if you've been watching the Belle Collective, it's the third season. This is its third season. I believe there's one more episode after this one. We're going to have a conversation about what my thoughts are on this show and some of these shows that Carlos King has out here. I'm realizing what Carlos is doing, you guys, all these shows about marriage. I mean, Carlos, are you like trying to question marital relationships? Or are you trying to say like, okay, people who have businesses, how do they structure their marriages? Are you trying to see if these can be role models you set up for you? Or are you just trying to get a broad aspect of what am I looking for in a marriage? What am I seeing that's happening in marriages? Wondering if you yourself want to get married? What's going on, Carlos? What's going on? Well, let's have a chat. Hey, Latoya. Thank you for being here, girl. Thank you so much. And all you other viewers, thank you so very much for being here. And the ones that are going to be coming in, thank y'all so very much for being here on the channel. Now, remember, right after this show at 6 p.m. tonight, we're going to be talking about Love and Marriage DC. No, Love and Marriage Detroit. Love and Marriage Detroit. So if you watch Love and Marriage Detroit. Come on and tell me what y'all think about that show as well. Now, it's a spinoff of the Love and Marriage Huntsville and Love and Marriage DC. It's a spinoff of all of those shows. Another Carlos King production. Carlos King. Another marital thing. People with businesses. Y'all see where I'm going here? Carlos, I kind of think I know what's going on with you, and I'm not mad at you. Listen, I am not mad at all. I would like to know, what are these married couples doing out here? And also, what are these business people who are married doing out here? That's kind of what I'm getting from these shows that Carlos King have, like Belle Collective and Love and Marriage Detroit. So we're going to talk about all that, right? I invite you all to join in on this chit chat also, either in the comments or you can come right on screen. If you're on a YouTube page, I have already dropped the link. All you have to do is click on it, show your beautiful smile or your beautiful emoji, and just be very, very nice when you come up panel. And let's have the conversation, all right? Thank you, Aaron. Says he loved the t-shirt. Thank you. Thank you. That's compliments of Custom Apparel Shop. Custom Apparel Shop. Listen, if y'all don't know, if y'all need y'all embroidery stuff now, go ahead and contact Custom Apparel Shop. They are great. They are great. Here's their number up here, Custom Apparel Shop. If any of you would like to get some t-shirts done, bags, whatever, some stuff you want to do, some start up your little clothing lines, or, you just want to get some stuff printed. Summertime is coming. A lot of y'all may be having, family reunions. You may want to get some things made up for your family reunions. Contact Custom Apparel Shop. They do silk screening, which this is, and they also do embroidery. That's with the strings, the needle. Come on now, the threads, all that stuff. Y'all contact Custom Apparel Shop. He's doing everything. Ball caps, all that kind of stuff as well. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Latoya. She is definitely the queen. Thank you. Thank you. I love it. I love it. She said he trying to keep a coin. Oh my goodness. I love it. All right. So we're going to definitely get into, and we're going to talk about that. Yes, Israel Mason is amazing. He is. All right, you guys, let's go ahead and let's have a chit chat about these Belle Collectors. Now, again, like I said, they've been on, this is their third season. They're on their own network. You guys check them out. It's a really good show. It's like a lot of the other shows. It has couples that are going through issues. It can be depicted as messy shows. But you know what? While I was getting prepared to do the show today, and my thought process was also, I'm going to be talking about these messy shows. And then I thought for a moment and I said, wait a minute. These shows are really real shows. Now, yeah, they may have some people that are doing some acting and some people that are, when they get in front of the camera, they just really go, whole wild crazy or something like that for the attention. But you know what? When you really look at these reality shows that are going on, we are getting a glimpse into a lot of their real lives, the portion that they allow us to see. And this stuff that's going on, there's a lot. There's a lot, especially when it comes to the relationship part. Now, when these shows started out, like the Belle Collective, the first season, I started watching. I was like, oh my goodness, this is going to be great. These are entrepreneurs, they're all women. Women, of our culture. I want to see this. They're all doing big things out here. I want to see this. And I started watching, and then it came up, the ladies are fighting with each other, and this one's saying you stole my idea, and this one's saying that, and this one's saying you really don't have a boyfriend, and this one's saying you were never engaged, and this one's saying, well, you got problems with your marriage, and this one's saying you took my idea, and this one's I don't like her, and I don't like it, I don't trust her, all that. And then I was thinking, this ain't a show I want to watch. But then I thought about it. I said, you know what? Really, how many groups that are out here like this, if they were really out here doing what these women are doing, like running businesses, having these marital marriage situations, children, family, in-laws, would y'all really be all nicey all the time? Would y'all have no difficulties? No family issues? Y'all probably would. Hey, Noye Podcast Production over there on Instagram. How you doing? Y'all check out Noye Podcast Production, y'all. They can help you with your your podcast channels, okay? Because they're in charge of our podcast, the Juice Radio and Talk Show podcast, which you can listen to the show also on our podcast channel. Thank you for being here. Listen, let's talk about these ladies, okay? So I believe that a lot of what's going on, listen, I watch it, and then I watch it with my husband also, and I say sometimes, babe, what do you think about these shows? And he's like, why are they fighting? Why are they doing this? Why are they doing that? And I said, what are we learning from it? And he's like, man, they're going through a lot, and people have to learn how to handle situations, especially handle situations with each other and other women. But let's talk about what we have here on the show, okay? So this is the cast. This is the cast here of these beautiful women. Beautiful. I have to say, I am glad that Marie, right here on the end here with the blonde wig, Lord, I'm glad she got rid of that blonde wig. Marie, I love you, but that blonde wig was not doing it, girl. Oh my God. First of all, it kept looking like it was crooked sideways, and it just, I know she called herself Marie Monroe, kind of like maybe trying to be like Marilyn Monroe, but girl, that wig had to go. That wig was terrible. And I'm so glad she got rid of it, you guys. Season 3, she changed her wig. But let's talk about the others. Letitia Pearson. I love Letitia. I love Letitia. Now, Letitia tries her best to be the one that solves situations and arguments and resolves all these situations and stuff within the group. She's kind of the one that keeps trying to pull the group back together so that we don't separate, She kind of tries to tell the ladies, work through your issues, work through the problems that you're having, work it out, talk it out, and so forth. And she tries to keep the group together. She calls it all a sisterhood. And she does her very best to try to keep the ladies from fighting with each other. Letitia got a hard job, y'all. Woo! She got a hard job. And it's only a cast of 6. She got a hard job. But not only is Letitia trying to keep the group together and keep the sisterhood dynamics together and remind these women that they are great entrepreneurs and beautiful and powerful women, she's not only trying to do that, she is also dealing with a husband who on the show has been deemed a cheater. Yes. Not only that, last season at the season reunion, I believe it was, Letitia had to question if her husband had a child outside of their marriage while they were married. And I believe there was a paternity test done. And it came to say that he wasn't the father. But just because it said he wasn't the father didn't mean that he did not have sexual relations with the lady. And allegedly he did. And so Letitia's having to deal with that issue about the sex relations outside of the marriage, the cheating and all that. And she also has to deal with the controlling issues that her husband has. This is the part that I had a real issue with. Now, I'm a married woman myself, and my husband and I, thank God, we have a great relationship, and I love my husband. But one thing I will not tolerate is cheating. I think with cheating, me as a woman, when women find out their men are cheating on them, a lot of us take that into thinking, okay, what does she have that I don't have? Why is she better than me? What's the issue? And so when I watched this, that was my thought with Letitia. Now, Letitia told him, hey, get out, gone. They have a son. She said, I understand we have a son and everything. I'm not trying to break up the home, but Glenn, you're the one that broke up the home. Their husband's name is Glenn. She said, you're the one that did that. Now, Glenn says that he's no longer with his cheating ways, and Glenn wants back in with Letitia, but Letitia does not want to have it. Letitia's like, no, I don't want to deal with that. I do not want you, Glenn, back in my life. She's like, I don't want you back in my life. Here's Glenn over here. She said, I don't want you back in my life, Glenn. I don't want you. But Glenn don't want to leave. There's a scene, you guys, one of the episodes where Letitia and her friend Marie and so Gucci is a real estate agent on the show as well. The 3 of them went to look at this apartment because Letitia wants to move out on her own and she wants to have her own nice place. And so they went to this place, and it was supposed to be in a gated community. And they were there looking at the place. And Marie was saying, because Maria and Letitia are such good friends, Marie said, listen, I don't want Glenn tracking you down, finding out anything about this place. So I'm going to put the apartment in my name. So that way, if Glenn tries to say, well, we're married and this is supposed to be both of our property and stuff like that, he won't be able to say that because the property will be in Marie's name. But Letitia's going to be living there. Well, they were there looking at the place, the three of the ladies, and they were all nice and everything. And all of a sudden, the camera crew were like, there's a knock on the door. And the ladies looked and they jumped up from their seats and they ran down the hallway. And everybody, I was watching, I was like, what's happening? What's happening? Glenn is at the door, at the front door. And so my first thought was, I thought you said this was a gated community. Yes. So the ladies got real scared because not only did Glenn knock on the door, he just let himself in. So the ladies are down the hallway and they're all cuddled in this hallway and they're like, what are you doing here? What are you doing here? And Glenn's coming in and he's upset because he's like, what are you doing, Letitia? You doing this or doing that, whatever. And you didn't tell me about this place and all this. And then Maria's like, no, this is my place. This is mine. This is not her. This is mine. Because she's trying to protect her friend. But Glenn wasn't having it. And let me tell you, I got scared for a minute. And if y'all see the look on So Gucci's face was like, oh no, what is going on? All I saw was fear on So Gucci's face. I was like, oh, I was like, security. I'm calling security from my sofa. Security. So Glenn was not happy about it. So they were able to go outside and talk. Marie was kind of nervous that Letitia was going outside to talk to Glenn. And she did. Letitia went outside and talked to Glenn and they had a whole conversation. Glenn has been known to track down where Letitia is, follow her, go where she is and all this kind of stuff and make it very uncomfortable with her. And there's just been a lot. Letitia still does not really know from the scenes that I have seen if she wants to really stay with Glenn or not stay with Glenn. She does say she cares for him and everything, but she also wants to care for herself. And I'm really glad to see this part of Letitia because from the first season when I saw it, Letitia was not, I don't think, as confident in herself as a woman. She was confident in herself as a businesswoman, but as far as like relationship wise, I think she let Glenn get away with a lot. But this season, this third season, I think Letitia has matured and has so much growth now that she's like, Glenn, you do whatever you want to do. I'm gonna come over here and do what I need to do and what I need to do. And even if I have to do it without you, I'm still gonna do it. And Glenn don't know how to handle that part because he was like, he probably not used to that. But Letitia, continue to do what you need to do. And Glenn, all this controlling that you're doing, now he keeps saying he really loves Letitia. He wants to stay with Letitia. He wants to get back with Letitia. But Glenn, how many times have you cheated on Letitia? And do you understand that when you cheat again on a woman, it makes us feel as though we're not worthy or we're less than the other woman? So then, and you've done it so many times, according to the show, allegedly. So why would Letitia think that you wouldn't do it again? I don't understand why men do this. They always say, baby, I cheated, but I'm not going to do it. Then the women let them back in. Then they cheat again. And they say, well, I'm not going to do it again. They let them back in. Then they cheat again. And then when the woman finally is done and say, listen, I'm done. You go your way. I'm going my way. The man don't want to let the woman go. The woman that was good. Glenn, where are all the women that you was with? Where are they? Why are you still trying to hold on to Letitia, the woman you don't want to be faithful to? But yet you got all these other women that you went out with, including the one that thought you was the possible baby daddy. So then Glenn tries to be threatening sometimes to her, I think in an attempt to try and make Letitia want to stay or try to force her to stay with him. Glenn, that tactic don't work either. Men out there, y'all trying to tell you, oh, you ain't gonna never find nobody. You ain't nobody gonna come around my kid. Nobody else gonna be around my kid and all this kind of mess. That's that controlling behavior. Y'all need to stop that. Because if you did not want to stay faithful to the woman, don't get mad when the woman decides not to stay with you. Let her go. Let her find somebody that's going to be faithful and loving and caring to her. And you talk about your kid, Letitia on the show, I have never seen her want to take the kid away from you. Never, Glenn, never. I've never seen that. I don't think that she would do that. I think she wants her son to have a relationship with his father, but she also wants her son to be somebody that sees that his mother is a strong woman and not someone who's going to tolerate the treatment that you're giving her, that not she's not warranted to that. She should not have to deal with that, Glenn. Why don't these men try and train up their young sons to be great men, to show them how to treat beautiful women? I digress. Okay. Letitia, let me tell y'all about her. All right. Let me tell y'all some information about Letitia, because she is, listen, she's trying to do a lot over there. Let me tell y'all, she is so good. Okay. I love her. It says, let me give you the background on here. Okay. I was telling us about her. This is from the OWN Network. You can go to the OWN Network and you can pull up their bio. All right. So I think it's interesting. So it says Letitia Pearson is changing the mindset of individuals across the globe. Yes, Letitia. She is an author, a motivational speaker, and the CEO of Letitia Pearson Enterprise, Inc., which houses several of her businesses under its establishment. See, several. She has several businesses. She's not out here playing games, Glenn. She don't have no time to be out here chasing you, wondering who you chasing. She don't have time for that, Glenn. She booked and busy. Oh. And y'all ever realize how some of these women, that they are the motivational speakers, but then a lot of times they're the ones that need to be motivated? Girl, Letitia, I'm on your side. I am on your side. All right, so listen. It says Letitia is a business strategist who has gained major acclaim and public notoriety for being a force of empowerment, inspiration, and encouragement for women on their journey to start businesses. Y'all check her out. Check her out. It says Letitia is a proud recipient of the 2020 Top Entrepreneur of the Year Award and 2020 Top 50 and Under 40 Award, honored by the Mississippi Business Journal. And yes, the show is filmed in Mississippi. Okay. And then it says she is also an advocate for helping women become their better selves, sharing life-changing techniques that lead to incredible transformations. Now I'm gonna have to pause right there, Letitia, because girl, you know how usually when you go through something, there's something that you really want to do, and then all of a sudden the devil start testing you in that area and be like, okay, you really want to do this? Then let me test you out. Let me see what you do. That's kind of like what I'm getting from Letitia. Girl, you are going through some trials and stuff, but I believe you're going to be successful at it, Letitia. Listen, she out here trying to help women, build them up. At the same time, Glenn trying to tear her down. Let's continue. It says she is the founder of Woman Brunch Mississippi, a networking platform created to empower, network, and advance women entrepreneurs throughout Mississippi, successfully connecting them with the resources to establish thriving businesses. Are y'all out there looking for these things? Are y'all in Mississippi and y'all wondering how y'all can create some businesses or get some businesses established? Y'all better check out Letitia. She's got her Instagram pages up there, okay? She's got her information on there. It also says, through Letitia's one-on-one coaching, empowerment sessions, and her life-changing events, Letitia is proven to get others to move outside of their comfort zone and to create happiness, peace, love, and success that they deserve. Now that part right there, everything that she's going through in her relationship, the tears, the struggles, the fights, the disagreements, all of that stuff, her heart really is in for women to be happy, to be peaceful, to be loved, and to have success. And I believe one of those successes is also to have success in their marriages. Letitia is out here doing a lot. You guys watch the show and check out what's going on with Letitia on this great show. I love it. All right, let's go on and let's talk now about this other one. Oh my goodness. Now, the next one we're going to talk about, and then I'll probably come on next week. I'm going to have to see how next week is, and we're going to do a review talking about the last episode. But since this is my first review on it, I wanted to just recap a whole bunch of stuff real quick. And the real juiciness stuff we're going to get to is the last episode and also the reunion, because they have reunions when on these shows. So, you know, Carlos, this reunion. All right. So let's talk about this, this next one up here. Let's talk about Tambra. You guys, Tambra. All right, so those of you who know Tambra, she is on the radio. She's a radio host and radio show personality and everything. And she's doing a lot. Now, on the show, Tambra is the single one of the group. She's the single one of the group. She is not married. I don't believe Tambra has ever been married. And Tamra's got a lot of the ladies kind of questioning her relationships. Yep, she's got a lot of people questioning her relationships. Now, Marie is one of those ladies that's really questioning Tamra's relationship. Marie, last season, this season, she's still questioning, really, girl, who you dating? I don't believe you're dating this person, because Tamra has guys that come on the show that says she's dating them. And there's been some allegations that Tamra is trying to pull the okie doke over us, y'all, saying that these guys that she has on the show, that she's really not dating them. Now, why would she have to do that? She's beautiful enough to have a real guy. But Marie on the show has been questioning Tamra last season and questioned her again this season on this latest episode. They were supposed to be having a peace meeting, one that Letitia put together so that the ladies can come together and have a peace treaty. And Tambra and Marie were sitting at the table, and Tamra was like, why are we at the table? You and I are good. And here come Marie being shady, saying that some guy met with her and Letitia at some restaurant and said he had a news to share about Tamra. And Tamra's looking just like this, like I'm with the lines in the face and everything, because I was doing the same thing. I was like, y'all supposed to be a sisterhood. Marie, are you really going back to last season and then coming to trying to do the same thing again? Why? Because Marie, you know, you have relationship problems too. I digress. So Tamra is sitting there at the table with Marie, and she's like, you know, what are we doing? So Marie says, well, this guy, he came and he told us that y'all don't have a real relationship with the guy that you're with now, and that you and him were dating, and she calls his name or whatever. And then Tamra gets upset, and Tamra's like, why would you be talking to somebody that I have a restraining order against? And I have to agree with Tamra, because if y'all supposed to be a sisterhood, why would you even have a conversation with somebody who just inbox you and says, oh, I was dating Tamra, and so I want to give y'all this juice? And you had the conversation without Tamra even being there. You didn't even tell Tamra that you were going to meet up with whoever this person was. That to me was shady boots, especially for y'all who's supposed to be friends. That's part of the reason why I think that a lot of these shows, when they bring these groups together, that they're not really friends, and nor have they ever really been real friends. Because if one of my friends was to tell me, girl, I got a call from one of your exes, and we went to lunch, and he said this, and he said that, I would look at her and say, friend disconnected, you are no longer friends. We are no longer friends. Because first of all, you're supposed to have my best interests at hand. You're supposed to protect me. If y'all make it so easy for these so-called exes to come and have a conversation with you about somebody who you call your friend, then guess what? You made it too easy for that person's enemy to get close. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. And I'm not going to be around somebody that does. That's not a real friend. So Marie, you need to check your friend meter and see, because I think Marie slightly is jealous of Tamara. I haven't figured out why, but each season she seemed to keep coming for Tamara. And I'm kind of thinking, Marie, what is it with you and Tamara? Really, I am. Something is going on. Hey, Justin, thank you for being here. Right, Justin. He says shady boots. Exactly. Exactly. Aaron says, poor Letitia having to doubt her husband. Right, Aaron. Right. But I don't think she really doubted. I think she knows who he is. I think she knows who Glenn is. I think Glenn don't know who Glenn is. But Letitia know who Glenn is. Glenn need to come to the reality of who Glenn is. That's what I think. So Aaron said, this is shady. When someone is my friend, someone comes to tell me about her. I tell them, just keep walking. Exactly. I will not meet up with you. I'm not having cups of tea with you. I think when people do that, what they really doing is they are really just trying to bring somebody down. I think Marie going to meet this guy was really trying to bring Tamara down. I don't care about the juice or the tea that you have about one of my friends. I'm not going to do that. And even if I did, y'all, even if I did do it, I'll be like, okay, let's say, for instance, if the guy called me, if I'm Marie and she Tamara, right? And the guy called me, Juice, I got some news about Tamara. I'll be like, you do? Yeah, I want to meet up. No, let's, instead of meeting up, why don't I just, put you on the three-way call? I want to connect you with one of my friends, Letitia. Be like, okay. Then I will get on the phone and I have Letitia and Tamara on the phone. I'll be like, Tamara, get over here, girl. Somebody trying to talk about you. If I wanted to hear the conversation. If I didn't want to hear the conversation, I'd just be like, well, forget you. I don't want to hear this mess. But if you do want to hear the conversation, include Tamara on it. Include her on it. So that's why Tamara was upset when she got up from the table. She said, I'm not dealing with this. And she got up and Marie's like, oh, but the guy said that there was a restraining order. And Tamara's like, yeah, there's a restraining order. And she said, well, the guy said it was dropped. And the guy said this, and he's been around your family and all this stuff. And Tamara's trying to leave. And Maria's still trying to talk to her about what this guy said, this alleged guy. And Tamara's like, I don't care about that. Why are you doing that? Marie, that's not what a friend does. He's not a real friend. Fake friends, bad friends. Real friends? No. So Tamara exited. And I don't blame Tamara. I would have left too. And then Marie sitting there and said, well, she just don't want to tell the truth. Have a conversation with Tamara. And if Tamara does not want her real relationship to be on the television, and if Tamara is really faking us with this guy that she's on the show with, then that's Tamara. That's something that Tamara have to deal with. That's something that's going to come out. It don't have to be that Marie is the one that's bringing all this up, because Marie is making you look a certain type of way. It is. So Tamara left, and Tamara's like, listen, I'm going to just contact my lawyer. Then Maria's like, oh, you ain't got to do that. Well, you got to be contacting lawyers. We ain't gonna do it. I agree with Tamara. I would have said, listen, I'm contacting my lawyer too. Because this so-and-so who's not supposed to be having no dealings with me is now calling people that I have dealings with. Call your lawyer, girl, Tamara. Call your lawyer. I'm not mad. I'm not mad at her. I'm not. Thank you, Justin. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Y'all be nice in the chat. I love it. Look at that. Look at Justin. I love it. Thank you so much. Hey, in my opinion. How you doing, girl? How you doing? Thank you so much for being here. I love it. I love it. Appreciate y'all. All right, so let's continue, right? And again, if any of you want to join the panel, the link is in the YouTube page, all right? Go to the YouTube, the Juice Radio Talk Show's YouTube channel. All right, so Tamara has this guy on the show that she's dating, right? And they decided they were going to move in together. Now, Tamara moved in, but then Tamara says on the show, which is season 3, Tamara's like, well, I'm not really comfortable with living here with you. And the guy was like, I thought everything was good. And Tamara's like, no, I'm not sure. What I really want to do is, I'm going to live here, but I really want to just go and get me a little condo somewhere just so I can have like my girl pad, so that when I feel like I'm like stuffy or something, I can just go to my girl pad. And the guy was like, what? That's what you want to do? So she's like, yeah, I just need to have a place that I can get away. So the guy's like, So y'all, I started laughing because don't guys do that? So why are people really getting like bent out of shape because Tamara suggested it? Now I wouldn't do that in my own relationship. My husband better not have a guy pad. His guy pad is in the guest room. That's what his guy pad is. But I think the issue with Tamara is such an independent person, independent woman, that for her to be in a relationship where she's living with somebody, I think it makes her uncomfortable because she's been independent so long. And she's so independent that it's hard for a man to come into her relationship, to have a relationship with her, and to become that man in the house. I think Tamara um, is like a lot of women that they're so independent. It's hard for them to allow someone else to come into their private world, which is their living space, their daily space, that kind of thing. I think Tamara is happy just dating. I think Tamara is happy just, hey, I'll meet at your place or you can come over here and then you guys leave or maybe spend the night, maybe have breakfast, maybe a day or two, maybe three at the max. But I don't think Tamara and a lot of women like Tamara who are so independent with their careers, so independent with themselves, so independent out here in this world, have been doing it on their own for so long. I don't think that it's easy for her to make the transition to go from living her beautiful girl pad to now rooming in one home with somebody, no matter how big the house is. I think that's the thing. I do think that Tamara really does want love, real love. I do think that she's looking for that, but I think Tamara has to look in her life and her past life and see why it is that she's not allowing that certain man to come there and stick and stay. Now, she did say that there were allegations about her being engaged before, not going through with the marriages, the wedding, and so forth. So Tamara have to determine what is it in her or her past relationships or her past life, what happened that is now making her feel as though she does not want to have a full relationship where you're living in the same house, you're there daily with each other, and you're sharing a space and you don't have the getaway pad. I think Tamara's got to figure that out. But Tamara is, listen, she's doing a lot out here. Let me tell y'all Tamara's bio on here. Tamara's got a big bio. It says Tamara Cherie is a full-time interactive media personality, poised and personable. She is a radio TV personality, entertainment news correspondent, author, entrepreneur, spokesperson, and host who brings excitement to every role she carries out. She is booked and double busy. Maybe that's why she's having a hard time having a full relationship, live-in relationship with someone. She got all these jobs. Okay. It says also, and host who brings excitement to everyday role she carries out, known as the midday diva. That's another thing, y'all. She is a diva. She is. She's a diva. But she's so cute. She's so cute and tiny. She's so tiny. All right. It also says she is currently the midday on-air radio personality for 97.7, the beat of the capital WRBJ. That takes me back to my radio days. The beat of the capital WRBJ. It says Tamara discovered her passion for hosting in the entertainment industry while attending Jackson State University. Throughout her career, Tamara has hosted concerts, festivals, and events throughout the country. She has over 15 years of experience in radio and television. Now, let me pause right there. To get into radio and television and be there this long as a female, you guys, she had to go through a lot. I would allege that she had to go through a lot and probably had issues with things that maybe the male people, male version, would not really have to go through the struggles and all that. Maybe, allegedly. I'm not saying she did, but I'm saying I know a lot of women, when you go for one career and it's mostly a male dominated career, it's hard for women to get there and not have the struggles because of their own sexuality. So for Tamra, she's been in this game 15 years. I don't know if she has struggle, but it could be that maybe that's a lot of why she's having relationship issues, because she don't want the relationship to come and take away from her still being able to do this career that she has birthed and grown. That could be part of it too. And then over here it says, Tamara has over 15 years of experience in radio and television and has interviewed a number of artists and celebrities throughout her career. Tamara also previously served as guest host on Lifetime's hit television show Bring It. That's interesting, y'all. And I'm going to tell you why. Okay. And it says, and still currently serves as guest co-host on Dish Nation TV, which airs on Fox affiliates. Tamara has a passion for helping people. She is the author of Surrounded by Sin, Grounded by Love, 8 Simple Keys to Becoming a Better You. She has appeared on a number of radio television programs, including TV One's Sister Circle TV. Tamara also believes in promoting healthier lifestyles. During the pandemic, she released Tamara Sheree's favorite immunity tea, which includes high-quality herbs designed to boost the immune system. She is an avid tea advocate and enthusiast and foodie, and teaches others the importance of healthier choices. See, I bet y'all didn't know all this stuff when y'all are watching these other shows talk about this reality stuff. You got to know the person and what they're doing. It also says she is also an advocate for a number of issues that are important to hear. Tamara recently served as an advocate for the Stephanie Tubb Jones Uterine Fibroid Research and Education Act of 2021. And she shared a lot of that last season, I believe, first or second season, about fibroids, as she's dealing with fibroids. And I really enjoyed watching that, because let me tell you, women, there's a larger majority of us that will end up having fibroids, opposed to a lot of women who won't get it. And so to have the information, even if you say you don't have fibroids, for those of you who would listen to the stories of other women who are going through it and you don't have it, just share the information with somebody else, because you never know who's going to need to hear this valuable information. So I was glad she did that. And kudos to her for joining this research. It also says sharing her message with various Congress members to help advocate for awareness and education and change on behalf of women across the country. Tamara believes she is more than just a voice on the radio, but her duty as a personality is to not only entertain, but educate, inspire, and motivate. Tamara is also a co-owner of the women's online clothing booth, Fifth and Soul, and a member of Alpha Kappa Alpha Sorority Incorporated. In her spare time, she enjoys traveling, spending time with family, and giving back to others through community events. Tamara continues to expand her career through public speaking, hosting, radio, and television. Woo, y'all. I'm tired just reading her bio. She is booked and busy, y'all. Now, Tamara, she's a spunky little one, and she don't say too much to, bring the drama on the show. She is also one that tries to stay out of the drama. She tries to be the one that kind of makes everybody at ease. But when I tell you, when the drama comes her way, she can also swing back, y'all. She can swing back. Y'all check out Tamara. Now, again, she's single on the show. She says that she is dating the gentleman that's on there. And some of the people were saying that it's not a real relationship. However, I don't know, Marie. But anyway, that is what Tamara is doing. Now, y'all, let's get to these other women. In my opinion, say Tamara was right. Marie do too much. Thank you. Marie, go find a man. Go find a man and play in the playground with the man, and stop playing at Tamara's playground. Oh, I love Marie, but man. And Marie booked and busy too. I don't even know how she has so much time to be spying on folks, allegedly. Like taking these private phone calls and going to meet people for these crazy meetings and dinners and stuff like that. Girl, you got a whole clinic chain that you trying to run. I don't get it. In my opinion, said Tamara needs to trust and believe in herself. She does. But I think, in my opinion, that Tamara really is still dealing with some things in her past that's making her fearful to go to her real future. And I think that her working gives her comfort. I really do. I think her working ethics gives her some real comfort to not focus on that kind of stuff. So Aaron says, I love that Tamara is trying to help other women. That hooks my heart. Thank you, Aaron. That part. I love that too. I love that all the women are trying to help other women. I really do. I love, love, love that. Hey, in my opinion,
Hey, Juice, how are you?
I'm good, girl. How you doing?
I'm blessed by the best and highly favored.
I know, I know, I know. Listen, we're talking about these ladies. We're going one by one. Now we're going to talk about Latrice and Cliff. Girl, before I even get them on screen, what you think about Latrice and Cliff?
I think Latrice need to run to the nearest divorce attorney ASAP.
Well, let's tell the people about Latrice. All right, here's Latrice and her husband Cliff. Now, Latrice and Cliff have an age gap as far as their relationship. I'm not going to say what that age gap is, you guys, because I'm not that messy person. But as you watch the show, you'll notice that it's kind of a broad age gap, even so much so that Latrice is a grandmother to Cliff's grandchildren. Cliff's children are probably around the age of Latrice. But listen, that doesn't stop Latrice from loving on her man, Cliff. Now, Cliff was getting a lot of backlash because when people were watching the show, we're looking at Cliff like, Cliff, you trying to be kind of controlling. And he tried to kind of treat Latrice like she's like a little girl, like a little kid. And Latrice is like, okay, she's trying to like calmly talk to him and so forth. And as I watched the show, I realized that Latrice is also dealing with some past issues. And she spoke about this in season 2. She has trust issues with family. She had problems with male men in her life. And so I think when Latrice decided to get with someone, she was looking for someone to be more of a father figure to her. And here ends Cliff, and they end up getting married. Now, Latrice calls Cliff Zaddy. Y'all, I'm not going to take away that she loves him, but this relationship to me was like, I think Cliff is the one that is more dominant in the relationship. When I say dominant, what I mean, in my opinion, I mean, we as married couples, there's always going to be one person in a home that you say is the head of the home, but Cliff has taken it to a whole nother level. Now, I'm going to get in my opinions.
He's a little toxic.
He is. And I don't know. Do you think that Cliff has some insecurities too?
Of course he does. He doesn't. It feels like he doesn't want Latrice to get to a certain level. Like he doesn't want her to be too famous because he's afraid he's gonna lose her. And I'm scared for her. Like I saw his reactions this season, and I was really scared. Like if you're doing all that in public, imagine what he's doing when those cameras are not around.
Yeah, now what, in my opinion, is talking about is there's a scene that took place, a couple of scenes that took place where Latrice was out with her friends, and one of these friends was a co-worker of her. Now, Latrice owns a hairline company, and the gentleman that she was friends with is on the show this season. And he was displaced because of the water situation that was going on in Mississippi. There was a water crisis, and so he couldn't stay in his home. So Latrice, out of the goodness of her heart, she said, well, you could just go ahead and come and stay with Cliff and I, because they have this huge, beautiful home. But what happened with the young man coming to stay there, he started getting more into Cliff and Latrice's personal marital life, and he saw some of the signs that we didn't see on screen. He saw them, and he started bringing them to the screens when the camera started rolling. And he started letting us know, Latrice, I don't like the way he treats you. I don't like the way he talks about you. I don't like the way he talks to you and all this stuff. So what, in my opinion, is referring to is There was some filming that took place where Cliff met up and followed Latrice to some restaurants or found out where she was. And he came in like he was very upset and angry and almost felt like he was going to threaten her and even calling her names and telling her, leave, we getting out of here, we're going here. They're in the parking lot, they're fussing, he's talking to her like he's like she's a dog basically. And she's just standing there and she has the most patience that I have ever seen. And she's trying to be as calm as she can with him. But I was a little fearful too, in my opinion, when I saw that. I was fearful too. All right, go ahead. In my opinion, let me let you go ahead with your thoughts, and then I'm going to pull up Latrice's bio because Latrice is out here doing a lot of good things also. But y'all, Cliff, I believe, has the money first. He's got money. He has money, and people were feeling as though Latrice was a gold digger. Listen, that's her life, but she's not dumb. She's no dummy. She's doing this hairline that she has, and she's got other stuff that she's doing. But in my opinion, tell me again more of your thoughts on Latrice and Cliff while I pull up her bio.
I think she's having to sacrifice things that she wants to satisfy Cliff's needs. And when you get into a marriage like that, where you have to sacrifice yourself for somebody else, it it makes you regret, or feel, some kind of shade toward them. So I think their issues are now coming to the surface because she does wants to elevate, and because Cliff is so much intertwined into her business. Like he came into the warehouse and he was trying to tell her how she should design it and everything. And it's like he's too intertwined in her business. She doesn't have any freedom.
But do you think that maybe because Latrice allowed him to do that for so long, that's the reason why he's continuing to do that?
Yeah, but in a marriage, you can only take that for so long. Like I feel like Latrice is like that little girl that's like, okay, now I want to fly on my own. Because even when she tried to tell him, I want to do it like this, and he tell her, no, that's not right. Like he's pretty much trying to be her father, and he has to realize, even though he's old enough to be her father, he's actually her spouse.
I think what happens in relationships like Latrice and Cliff is the women get with somebody, like she said, she's looking for, maybe allegedly, she's looking for a father figure, and she found him. And what the man is doing is he's still being that form of father figure. But Cliff thing is Cliff still wants to control every narrative. And because I believe allegedly he's put money into this relationship and into this business ventures, I think he's trying to lead her and how do you call it, control her with the money as well. Because I believe he's vested in her businesses as well. So a lot of times what these older men do, they have a fear of these young girls leaving them. And so they try and use a control, manipulation, and money to have these women to stay. And it's sad because I think a lot of times if they would just love them and just be honest with them and really truly care for them, these women would not even have a thought to leave. But I see this a lot in couples that are, have this huge age gap. But let me tell you a little bit about Latrice, because again, she's no dummy. She's no dummy. It says that much. This is her bio on the OWN channel. It says, beauty mogul, entrepreneur, and TV personality, Latrice Rogers is a true testament to dedication and hard work. She is the CEO of Goddess Length Virgin Hair and Essentials Beauty. A Canton, Mississippi native, Ms. Rogers is a 2012 graduate of Jackson State University, where she obtained a degree in biology. Yo, she's smart. She's real smart. Biology. Go ahead, Latrice. She said, I'm sorry, Letitia. She says, Latrice, child, I'm sorry. She said, since a young girl fascinated with hair care, Latrice took her passion and turned it into a profit. Latrice's entrepreneurial wheels began to turn in college, as she, like most students, did not have an abundance of wealth at her disposal, but a desire to always maintain a beautiful image and persona. The desire motivated the birth of one of the most successful hair and beauty emporiums in the nation. Latrice Rogers began building her multi-million-dollar business in 2014 from the trunk of her Toyota Camry. See, she was doing this way before she met probably Zaddy. So it says, after many tireless months of sampling, testing, trial, and error, Latrice's drive and perseverance led her to develop one of the hair industry most sought after hair brands. Goddess Lens Hair has offered customers the finest and virgin hair with tresses worldwide. In addition, Goddess Lens Virgin Hair is one of the first companies in the world to offer hair dispensing vending machines. Y'all, that part right there, she was so smart to do that. A vending machine for hair. I love that. Listen, get you a Coke from one vending machine and hair from the other. It said Latrice vending machines can be found from college campuses to malls across the United States and are currently sought after in the wholesale market. Never forgetting her background and the root from her vision that arose, Rogers prides herself in catering to college students, notably as being one of the first beauty companies to offer finance options through university issued financial cards. Latrice's empire took an amazing turn when she was named the 2017 U.S. Small Business Associates Young Entrepreneur of the Year. Watch out her bio alone. The prestigious award recognizes the hard work and dedication needed to operate a successful business and highlights the amazing strides her bustling business has made for Mississippi. In addition, Latrice is a community servant who has awarded scholarships. Nice. Participated in hunger initiatives and sponsors one of the largest back-to-back school bag, laptop, and supply drives in the state of Mississippi. Latrice's success continues to grow with the education of Essential Beauty, a natural hair care line devoted to all hair types and ethnicities, which is slated to be one of the top hair care lines in the country. Essential is a posture to be available in some of the country's top retail outlets. In 2021, Rogers was featured in Forbes magazine for her monumental success in building a multi-million-dollar business from the trunk of her car. Currently, Latrice resides in Brandon, Mississippi with her loving husband and business partner, Cliff Rogers. There y'all go. I told y'all your partner. With many more exciting business endeavors on the horizon. Latrice Rogers is sure to make history by bringing new and innovative products and experiences to the ever-changing world of beauty. Woo, Latrice. Now, what I love about her is Latrice is still giving back to the community. And that's one of the things I love about the platform of the Belle Collective, that all of these women are giving back to the community. Now, if they could just get their relationships together, that would be nice too. But they're going to work on that. All right. So Latrice also has a situation that happened with So Gucci. Now, Latrice was looking for a new place to have her business. She wanted a larger space. So she was looking for a commercial place to purchase. And So Gucci, who's on the show, is a real estate agent. So Gucci and Latrice were looking for places to purchase. Well, it says on the show that Latrice ended up purchasing this $400,000 plus building from another agent. Let me tell y'all, in the real estate industry, that's a no-no to an agent. If you have a real estate agent that you're working with that's looking to help you buy a place, whether it's a residential property, whether it's a commercial place, and then you go and you put an offer in with another agent and you actually close on that offer, you have now made a problem with that previous agent. If you're going to do like she did, like Latrice said, well, So Gucci didn't find me the place, somebody else found it, which lets me think and know that Latrice, you were out here with two different agents at one time. These agents work on commission. You could have had the decency, and I believe this is why So Gucci was so upset. You could have had the decency to tell So Gucci, listen, I'm going to go look at a place with another agent at this place because another agent may have bought this building to Latrice. So, but for her to just simply buy the building and not tell Latrice, and Latrice got to find out on the streets, I would have been upset too. I did not like that either. I understand Latrice is like, well, maybe the other agent brought it to her and so forth. I understand that also, but at least have the courtesy to go back and tell So Gucci that and not let her find out on the streets. So the ladies are upset. So Gucci got very upset about that. Her and Latrice had these arguments and these disagreements. And then Latrice decided to have the grand opening of one of her spots, and she invited everybody, including So Gucci. Well, the messiness started because Latrice decided to invite So Gucci's husband's ex-wife. Now, she was on the other show, and that's why I said it was going to come into the place. The other show, the dance show that was on here, so forth. In my opinion, what was that other show's name that she was on?
The
With
dancing dolls.
the dancing dolls, the dancing dolls. Latrice, and she knew that there was issues there. But anyway, there was a whole thing that happened. Latrice came in. So Gucci was there, and she's trying to say hello to Sanjia's mom and Chow, and they just had a whole big argument, a big old fight in the middle of the floor, and all this mess. It was a mess. Go ahead, in my opinion. What's your thoughts?
Okay, so my opinion is a little different from yours, you.
I know
Because
that's right.
because let me tell you something. If I'm about my money, okay, I'm gonna sign a contract with you. That means we the only ones that's gonna do a deal. So I feel like So Gucci wasn't about her business because she didn't put out that contract. She didn't make us sign on, and then she only showed her one property. So if you only show me one property and I'm not happy with that one property, I expect you, especially as a real estate agent, to go out there and find another one. Like Mississippi is a big place in the South. If you know she really was in a need to find a place and she didn't like the one you showed her, why you not on your business?
You know what? I want to say this as far as real estate, because my husband is a real estate broker, and I had a license years ago, and I deal with private investors right now. I want to say this for real estate agents. There's a form called a buyer's, I believe it's a buyer's agreement. I forget the exact term that they use, but this particular form is, you use this form when you are going to be the agent for a buyer, and it's a contract, and the buyers themselves will sign this form saying that I'm going to work with this real estate agent only. So if that buyer goes out and finds a property with another agent, that other agent has to share the commission with the person who signed that form, with the agent who had that buyer sign that form. So what happens? So Gucci, you need to find that form, and you need to start having people sign that contract, that agreement, that buyer will work exclusively with you. Now, a lot of agents don't do that because a lot of buyers don't like to sign those forms. A lot of buyers don't want to feel as though they're just stuck with one agent, because there's a certain amount of time that's on that form. Like, say, it could be 3 months, 6 months, or a year, depending on, the agent and what they want to put on there. So there's some buyers that are like, well, I don't want to sign that form. But that is what really protects the agent. Now, so Gucci didn't do that. She did like a lot of agents. They're like, listen, girl, I'll find you a place, no problem. And like you said, in my opinion, maybe, so Gucci should have showed her more properties. But let me tell you how that part works also in real estate. You may have a property that you have not seen on your system, and maybe another agent has seen it, because like in Georgia, there's the Georgia Real Estate Commission, and then there's the FMLS. There are two different listing sites where agents can list their properties. A lot of the agents only have one of the systems. They may not have both. So if somebody lists a property on FMLS and don't put it on the Georgia MLS, then all agents won't see it. You get what I'm saying? So maybe that's what happened. Maybe the other agent had this property, and so Gucci was not aware that the property was listed. I'm just trying to help give her, a way out. All right. But I know this happens a lot of times. Or maybe the property, had just came on the market and the other agent jumped on it and gave her. There's all different kinds of ways that could have happened. The loyalty should have come from Latrice, because not only was she So Gucci's buyer as a client, she was also supposed to be So Gucci's friend. So I understand the money part, but here's the problem. What happens when they doing business transactions like this, and you say, you, my friend, help me find a place. And so Gucci, like you say, only found one place. But then the other thing is, Latrice, go back to her and tell her that you're going to go with somebody else. You haven't signed a form that's going to keep you bound to her anyway. And that way the friendship may not have been as fractured as it was. That's just my thought, because I know I have been there when buyers have done that. I went to a house one day to show one of my friends, a family member, a house. They called me and they said, hey, I want you to show me this house. And I said, okay, let me stop what I'm doing. I'm coming right over. I go over there, and then lo and behold, guess who's there? My client, who's my family member, along with another agent. My family member called another agent and had that other agent meet at the house. And he was trying to call both of us at the same time to see who was going to get there first. It's cutthroat. So I understand what you're saying as well. But listen, I'm just a loyalty type of person. I am. But I love your opinion anyway, in my opinion. I love it. All right, let's talk.
I'm about business, you know. Like I feel like you can't respect nobody else's opinion, but you got to look out for yourself in business. Like I am just like that with friends and everything. Like if you come to me with a business level, we got to be all the way business. Like you ain't my friend no more. Now we doing business. I'm putting business to the side. You still my friend, but right now I'm putting business to the side, and now we business now. So I gotta do everything with a business mind. And I don't know, maybe it's just me because people will screw you if they feel like they can. And I've been used by people that claim to be your friend. So yeah, when you say you want to do business, no, I'm gonna have a contract in.
I know. Let's talk about Marie, girl. Let's talk about Marie. I am so glad that Marie got rid of that blonde wig that's on this picture.
What I want to know is why Marie is in everybody else's business. Where is Etsy?
Oh, Marie got a lot going on, y'all. Marie got a lot. She owns a health establishment. Marie owns a health treatment clinic where she's trying to help people get off of drugs. And her mother is also, she said on the show and has shown her been on a lot of drugs and you know, in and out of these drug houses. It even had a scene where Marie went and was trying to get her mother out of one of these drug homes. And I really felt bad for Marie, but at the same time, Marie is dealing with relationship issues, family issues, her son, and the sad news about her son, baby's mother that was killed in the car. And thank God the baby survived. Marie's dealing with a lot, y'all. And she has, I believe, lupus. She's dealing with lupus as well. So she's dealing with a lot. However, even though she's dealing with a lot, she's being messy a lot. Now, she had issues with relationships as well. And she's no longer with her ex and so forth. And that was a mess over there. So Marie's out here looking now. She's in the dating scene. She's looking for guys. And Letitia tried to set her up with somebody. And they met at this place. And she was like, I'm not sure about this guy. And so forth. So she's on the dating map. She's trying to date somebody. But at the same time, she is a mess. Let me tell y'all about her, though. These women are very smart. Marie's bio says this about her. It says this. It says that Marie Afton, a native of Brandon, Mississippi, is a virtuous woman. Oh, I put the word virtuous in there. Okay. Who desires to create greatness through hard work and determination. She is the first African American in the state of Mississippi to own several opioid treatment clinics, providing withdrawal management services to people suffering from a chronic addiction to opioids and opioid derivatives. She's doing something good, y'all. The first of that? Come on, Marie. All right. It says the services support patients by utilizing methadone, whatever that word is, including bupropion. It's like I'm speaking another language. And all these other things. It says other medications approved by the Federal Food and Drug Administration, while the patient participates in a spectrum of counseling and other recovery support services intended to assist with successful recovering from opioid addiction. Marie is also the co-owner of a multi-million-dollar empire, Hamilton Davis Mental Health Inc., Hamilton Davis Home Care, Hamilton Davis Medical Supply, and Hamilton Davis Adult Daycare. Also, Hamilton Davis Transport, Hamilton Davis Assisted Living. Who is Hamilton Davis? Hamilton Davis Community Outreach, Hamilton Davis K-12 Private Academy, Hamilton Davis Auto Sales, Zuri Marie Cosmetics, Zuri Marie Virgin Hair, and Zuri Marie Fashion Designer. Ooh, I got to find out who Hamilton Davis is. Marie has a bachelor's degree in accounting, a master's degree in health administration, and is currently pursuing her doctorate in health administration. And she embarks on conquering new goals in healthcare, mental health, luxurious virgin hair extensions, cosmetic, and fashion design. Marie will showcase to the world that she is a devoted mother, daughter, sister, aunt, multi-business owner, and most importantly, a woman who has a strong faith in God. Girl, Marie, you got a strong faith in God, all this mess that you're doing. Okay, well, let me read. Very few people comprehend that is more to her than what the eyes see. Her pain runs deep, and her ability to trust doesn't come easy. She has triumphed over storms and struggled with the tides of life. Nevertheless, Marie will work fiercely toward the promise of today, tomorrow, and the future. That's Marie's bio. So she's doing a lot of great things out here also. Let me get to you guys' comments real quick. Erin had this beautiful comment. She said, these women are beautiful inside and out, and I love it. They are. They are. She also says, Marie's so grateful for amazing people who step to help others with addiction. Yes, she does. I think, and Marie also says about her mom and stuff that's going on with her mother and her mother's health. And it's just amazing to me that she's helping so many other people with their addictions, yet her mom is the one that she really wants to get off of these drugs, and she's still struggling to get her mom healthy and clean. But I pray that she can go ahead and get it together. But now, Marie on the show, Marie seems to me sometimes that she's not happy with her own personal life. And that's kind of why she is fighting so much with so many of the women. Now, Marie has fought with Latrice. Marie has fought with Tambra. Marie is she's just not getting along with a lot of people. And Letitia has had to really come to Marie and try and get her away from these women and all these arguments. She is such a firecracker, Marie. She's such a firecracker, and she seems to be so angry. She's like, well, I want them to be honest. I want them to be accountability and all this. Marie, you just have to learn to just let people be themselves, and you just be you. You can't control how somebody else acts and behaves. You know, like you keep fighting with Tamara. It's just too much sometimes. It is too much. And for you to have lupus, you should not be getting yourself all riled up like that, angry, bitter, and mad at anybody's situation. It's not worth your health. And you've even said on the show that you need to keep yourself calm and you don't need to be stressed out. You said that when in season 1, when you're going through situations with your husband or ex-husband, whoever the gentleman was at the time, that you didn't need to be stressed out. But yet you constantly want to argue and make yourself stressed over these women and their stuff. Girl, come on the show and tell us about all this great stuff you're doing for the community and helping people to get off these drugs, and tell us about all these other stuff that you're doing. And who is Hamilton Davis? Tell us about all that. You know, that's the kind of stuff I want to hear about, not all of this crazy, messy stuff. Go ahead, in my opinion. What's your thoughts, girl, on Marie? All right, so in my opinion,
Marie is like her worst enemy.
She is.
She's getting in her own way, and I feel like she could be a better person if she stayed out of everybody's business and mind her own.
Yes.
Now, don't sweep around my front door when your front door already messed up. Like, you need to clean your area first. So that's what I got.
Marie is constantly at these other women. I don't know. Well, let's talk about Aikisha and Willie. Aikisha, all right. Aikisha came into the scene on season 2. She came on into the scene season 2. I think she actually took the position of the dentist that was there. There's another star lady that was on the show, and she decided she was no longer going to be a part of the show. Allegedly, I don't know if she was fired, let go, or decided to leave. But Akeisha came in on the scene. Now, Akeisha came in with a whirlwind on season 2 because Akeisha wanted to take over a project and get involved with a project that Letitia was doing. And so they kind of like clicked heads together because Letitia was like, I've been working on this project and now you want to come in here and try and act like you want to take it over, because it seems as though Akeisha had a little more money than Letitia had. Because Akeisha's husband, I believe he's a nice sports person or so forth. I'm going to say fully what he is because I don't want to get it wrong on the channel. But
He was a football player. Now he's through sports commentary.
There you go. So they got a little bit of money. So Akeisha came in and she's like, listen, I want to do this, this, this. And Letitia was like, well, I've already been doing that, that, and that. And why are we, what this? And so that started those two to arguing over the situation. Well, they seem to have worked out their differences because now on season 3, everybody's still back at the table and they're being friendly and fun and so forth or whatever. Akeisha is trying to also be one that try and keep the peace. But one thing I find that I like about Akeisha is this, y'all. If Akeisha says she down with you, she down with you. She was like, listen, I'm not going to let my friend be like this, my friend be like that, and so forth, whatever. All these fights was breaking out. Let me tell you, Akeisha she's a Belle, but she look like she a fighting Belle to me. But not only that, I think she's a loyal Belle. I really do. I really like how if she says she's your friend, she's your friend. And she went and she had conversations with, the ladies about certain situations. She had a conversation with Latrice's co-worker because Latrice's co-worker does Akeisha's hair. And so one day while she was sitting in the chair, he was kind of down and she was like, your energy's off. What's going on? Talk to me. And he started telling her about what was going on in Latrice's home. And Akeisha was like, well, that don't sound good. Well, I'm going to talk to Latrice about this. And so she went and she had a conversation with Latrice. Now, Latrice is upset because the co-worker had that private conversation with Akeisha, but Akeisha was basically saying, listen, I'm your friend. Let's talk about this. I'm here for you. Let's have the conversation. And I understand what the coworker was doing also. He needed an outlet. He needed somebody that he can talk to about his friend / boss, because he was really concerned about him. But child, Cliff wasn't having it. Cliff was upset, and Cliff felt like he was being messy and meddling in the family. And Cliff was like, if you're going to be out here in the streets talking about my private relationship, you're going to have to get out my house. And Latrice was upset and she was crying because she felt as though maybe, he's my friend and I need somebody to talk to. But yeah, he did get in where he shouldn't have got in the relationship and so forth. And, Akeisha tried to have the conversation with her. But I like Akeisha. I like her. She's doing a lot. She is a mother of two little ones. And she's not having so much drama this season as it was last season. Because last season, child, she and Letitia was into a lot. But she's doing a lot as well. And while I pull up her bio, go ahead, in my opinion, tell me your thoughts of Willie and Akeisha.
I'm not sure what to think about it. I'm still on the fence with her. I think she got a little shady side to her too. So I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself right now on her. But I just think something in the milk ain't clean with her neither. But
yeah, a lot of people are saying she came back to Mississippi because she wanted to be on the show. That's what a lot of people are saying, that she wanted to have her airtime or so forth or whatever. But like in my opinion said, let's just see what it is. All right, so let me pull up Akeisha's information here and tell y'all her bio. So it says Akeisha Holly Colon is a native of Jackson, Mississippi. After graduating R.M. Callaway High School, she attended Clark Atlanta University in Atlanta, Georgia. Okay. Child, she attended Atlanta. Okay, so where she graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Mass Media Arts with a concentration in radio, TV, film. After college, Akeisha worked at WSB TV, Atlanta's ABC affiliate. She also was in Atlanta's first internet radio network, Beehive FM, where she was a host on the Midday Show. She is a partner and co-owner of Brick and Hops Beer Garden in the Bronx, New York. She will soon be bringing a second location to her hometown of Jackson in the Ferris Street Historic District. And also, let me decline. Also, Akeisha is the president and executive and director of the Wildlife and Akeisha Colin Foundation, and also the vice president of her family's nonprofit organization, the Holly Foundation. Akeisha Colin is a member of Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Inc. She is the wife to retired NFL player, Super Bowl champion, and radio TV personality Willie Colin, and the mother of two children, William Morrell IV and Holly Lasagna Grace. All right, so there is her. And again, we don't have too much to say about her. She's kind of keeping to herself. She's kind of not trying to get into all the arguments and all that kind of stuff and so forth. She's not trying to do that. Even her husband, when they had a conversation with the guys got together and the men were having a conversation. Her husband was trying to like tell the guys, you guys, you got to stay out of, the women stuff and watch how you talk with the women and all that kind of stuff. So Akeisha and Willie kind of try and stay out of the real mess part. Well, so far they try and stay out of that kind of stuff. And I think it's because, Willie want to make sure that he keeps his stuff going right and keep that money right and keep that relationship right, because you never know which next media place he may have to go to as far as business wise, if you get what I'm really trying to say here. All right, so the last person we're going to talk about are these two, So Gucci and JJ. Now, when I saw that this was coming out and So Gucci was going to be on here, I had no clue of who So Gucci was. I did not know who she was. I was like, who is this person? When the show started, Aaron, they were saying that So Gucci was going to be on here. I was like, well, who is she? I don't know who she is. But when I saw her husband, JJ, I was like, oh my goodness, I am going to watch. Because I remember JJ from Dancing Dolls, like in my opinion, reminding us. Now, Dancing Dolls was a show that was on, and JJ's daughters, he had 3 daughters, and his daughters were part of the Dancing Dolls group. And so JJ was very active in their filming and active in their lives. And he was seen a lot on the show Dancing Dolls. Now, everybody, including me, a lot of fan people were like, we like JJ. We like JJ. JJ was the cool dad on the show. It wasn't many of the girls' dads on the show, but JJ was one who was very there, very present, and active in the girls' lives. Now, I knew that JJ and his the girl's mother were not together. However, during Dancing Dolls, I had no clue of who JJ's wife was. It wasn't until the Belle Collective started airing with So Gucci on here now that we get a chance to see who JJ's wife is. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I really love JJ. Now, JJ to me is a funny guy, but he also gets his serious moments as well. JJ is not about the drama or the mess. He's kind of like this peace and happiness type of guy. However, he is going to deal with things if it comes his way, like you're going to see in the show. Now, he had a conversation with So Gucci because So Gucci and JJ's ex-wife had a physical fight on the show. And not only did they have a physical fight on the show, the girls were able to see that this happened, and JJ was not happy that his daughters had to know about this and see this happen, because JJ and So Gucci and the ex-wife were all trying to build this relationship where they weren't disconnected, but they were connected. They were trying to have the blended family to stay blended and come closer. But because So Gucci and JJ's ex-wife have been, having problems with communication, having problems being in the same room with each other, that has been such a big problem. It kind of pushed them back from all the steps that they tried to make to go forward. But they still continue to try and move all the families closer together, because one of JJ's daughter got pregnant and had a baby shower. And so, everybody was there, right? The ex-wife included. And it wasn't bad, even though there was some tension. But when the ladies met up at Latrice's hair launch, The ex-wife and So Gucci got into that physical fight. JJ wasn't there, but when he found out about it, he had a talk with So Gucci. He wasn't happy, and he also was not happy with his ex-wife. And he was, y'all have to see it. But I like the way he handled the whole situation in a conversation that he had with his wife. Now, I don't know if he's going to have the conversation on air with the ex because I don't see that JJ is really into all of that type of stuff. He likes to be the fun guy, the cool guy. He also went and had a conversation with Glenn, who is Letitia's um, husband, soon to be ex-husband, whatever he is. He went and had a conversation with him as well, and so forth, and a lot of conversation with the other men. But this relationship has been going on for a long time. I like JJ. I like JJ. I'm just learning So Gucci. I'm just kind of learning So Gucci, but I pray that they would make this relationship work because So Gucci, as his wife, I understand that you are his wife, but for you to shade his ex-wife by telling her I'm on this show and that the ex-wife is not kind of, that was like shade to me. Oh, y'all, that was a mess. But y'all have to get it together. I'm gonna pull up So Gucci's bio, and in my opinion, if you want to chat about these two, let me know.
Okay, so I like JJ too, but So Gucci, I'm gonna need her to be secure in her own role. You the wife now. Why are you stooping to a level to try to shade the ex-wife? Like you should have no issues. The only issue y'all should be talking about is the kids. Okay, like really, and it's so sad because I hate the fact that she put her own kids on the back burner to build a relationship with JJ. And she needs to fix her relationship with her kids because they do feel some sense that mama left us to go build this family with this man. And so now you got to fix your own relationship with your own kids because I imagine that had to be hard for them. Mama leaving us to go raise somebody else's kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep, especially the kids that was on TV. Yep, that's a lot. Let me tell y'all about So Gucci's bio. So Gucci's bio says this: Sophia, her name is actually Sophia Williams, is affectionately known as So Gucci. Living life with passion and tenacity is her main objective. She loves being active and a staple in the community, helping others to live their best lives. She's a certified personal trainer and the owner of Stairway to So Gucci Fitness, where she hosts boot camps to encourage health and wellness in the community. In addition, she's a reputable and thriving real estate agent in Jackson, Mississippi, which impressive sales volume, selling over 1 million in property within her first year as a realtor. She's affiliated with Keller Williams Realty and continues to build her real estate clientele. Sophia has her bachelor's degree in business management and her master's in human resources. And there we have it with So Gucci. Oh my goodness, in my opinion. Thank you so much for being here. I try my best to have my little commentary about these women without trying to be the messy part. Without trying to be the messy part. But you guys,
But you did an amazing job.
thank you so much. I want people to understand. Listen, I love women entrepreneurship, but with everything we understand that there's going to be some form of drama anyway. There's always going to be some form of drama somewhere. But what a lot of women need to understand is you don't have to push the drama. You could also push your products. But if it's going to be a show that's produced by this guy over here, this one, this one, this one, this one, Mr. Carlos King, then y'all know it's going to be some education in it as well as some mess. Child, the Carlos King. Carlos, I'm loving the shows sometimes, but I really would love to see a lot more of what they're really doing. I want to see these shows with the business part. I want to learn more about Marie's clinic. I want to learn more about Tamra's stuff that she's doing, radio personality, all that kind of stuff. I want to learn more about that. I understand you have to throw in some of the drama because that's what usually sells some of these shows and keeps the attention of some of the people. But can we have a little more of the business side of it? Can we learn a little bit more about these events that they're doing and stuff like that? The motivational part, the inspirational part. Can we see more of that, Mr. Carlos King? They're our shows. We don't have to have an hour show a mess. We can have at least a good 10, 15, 20 minutes of, girl, this is how you do this business. This is how you get this going. This is how you get this started. Can we have that, Carlos? But thank you for letting us know about these beautiful, powerful business women, Mr. Carlos King. All right, you guys, that's my recap on this show here. Listen, y'all check out the Belle Collective. Y'all check it out, y'all. It is not an all bad show. It is a good show. Learn from what you're going to learn from it. Pick up what you're going to pick up. Like people say, I think T.D. McCullum said this. He says he learned to eat the bones and eat the meat, throw away the bones, meaning, he take out what's good for him and the rest, he just does not pay no attention. And that's what I normally do on these shows too, because I get a lot of people ask me, why do you watch that mess? Because I take from it what I know is good and I let go of all the other stuff that I know is not good. It's not for me. It's just not for me. Relationships, all these women are dealing with relationships. All of them, every single one of them are dealing with relationships. Struggles in relationship, every single one of them dealing with some struggles. Business dealings, every single one dealing with business. Struggles in business, every single one dealing with struggles. But what they all continue to do is they continue to rise up, continue to press forward on those business ventures. And a lot of them still continue to keep those relationships, those husband and wife relationships going. And some of them, they'll let go of that relationship, that husband, but they are not letting go of those businesses. And I don't blame them. All right. All right, you guys. Thank you for watching the Juice Radio Talk Show where we recap the Belle Collective, you guys. Y'all check these women out. They have Instagram pages out there. They have websites so y'all can follow, get more information on the business ventures that they're doing. They got a lot of stuff going on. Y'all check them out. Don't just watch the show and then not support what they're doing, the business part of it, the aspect of it. Find out what they're selling. Find out what they're promoting. Find out when they're going to have their next speaking engagement. Find out more stuff about what they're doing besides the cattiness on the show. And you might be the next speaker at their event. I might be talking to myself. Wow. Mississippi's not too far from me. It is not too far. I think I'm going to inbox them and send them this video and say, listen, y'all, I'm a motivational speaker too. I have a radio show. I've got radio background. I can host. I'm a great host. Let me go out there and see what y'all doing and spend some time with y'all and get to know y'all a little better. And y'all get to know me. I don't need to know the mess. I just need to know the message that y'all really want the world to see. And I believe that's about these businesses that y'all are doing. Let's start promoting more of that. All right. All right. Love y'all for watching. Thank you so much, Aaron, for being in the chat. Thank you so much, in my opinion, for being on the show. Appreciate you so very much for being here. Thank you so much. Yes, Aaron, all these ladies are amazing. Thank you so much again, in my opinion, for being here. Thank you again, Erin. Listen, Erin, I love her. She's a great show. She loves listening to. Thank you so much. I love it, love it, love it. And remember, you guys, follow all of our platforms, especially our YouTube channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show. You can also listen to this on our podcast channel, the Juice Radio and Talk Show podcast. We're that loving channel, but we still gonna talk about what's going on out here. We just gonna give it to you from a whole different perspective. All right. Love y'all for watching. Thank you again, in my opinion. Appreciate you so very much. All right. I'm out of here for now, but I will be back with the next story. Make sure y'all check me out. All right. Thank y'all again for joining us. We're getting out of here for now, but we'll be back on the next one. Y'all have a blessed day. Bye.
A heartfelt thank you to all of our subscribers who joined us for this video. If you have not already subscribed, go to our YouTube channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. Subscribe and click on the notification bell to be alerted whenever we go live. Join our private Juice community. Go to www.thejuicecommunity.com and sign up for free. Join us, The Juice Radio and Talk Show. We have our Money Monday financial series. It is a lunch and learn program at 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Mondays. Also on Monday, we have our reality series and hot topics at 7 p.m. Wednesdays, we have Bible study at 7:30 p.m. Thursdays, we have church news at 7:30 p.m. We also offer motivational moments, happy marriage lifestyle, news from a godly perspective, movie reviews, as well as our Single Moms Club, Let's Talk Ex-Millennials, and of course, our Cooking with Clovis. Follow us on our podcast channel, The Juice Radio and Talk Show Podcast, streaming on all podcast platforms. A great big thank you to our podcast production company, Noye Podcast Productions. They can help you create your own podcast also. Contact them today at houseofnoye.com. Thank you to our sponsor, Custom Apparel Shop. Have them complete your embroidery work and silk screening needs. Do you need a logo created for your fashion apparel or company? Contact Israel Mason today. That is 786-657-7501. Thank you to our main sponsor, Truth and Triumph Ministries. Truth and Triumph Ministries, a ministry that cares about telling people the truth so they can triumph in life. Thank you, Truth and Triumph Ministries, for all you do.